All right, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy's ass here, and this is my first YouTube video for the 10th time or so because always restart my channels and wipe everything clean. Anywho, this is a football video, so if you're from Twitter, you probably don't give a fuck about football. Um, but I'm gonna talk about it, so let's just hop right into it. Um, as if you can't tell already, I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan. I'm gonna try to make like weekly recap videos of each Ravens game, so that's what this is. Um, the Ravens beat the Bills 47-3. Safe to say I didn't expect that. I mean, I was kind of expecting like a 28-10, 28-17 type game, but this was cool. Uh, I mean, we shut out the Bengals last year in our season opener, and we didn't make the playoffs. So, I mean, it's just week one, so who cares really? But this was nice. We saw Lamar Jackson play. He played almost the entire second half as the quarterback, or as functioning as our main quarterback. And he played in the first half, basically acting as a decoy and as a runner, receiver, and quarterback, doing kind of the wildcat. Not really, but he was basically a wild card option. Joe Flacco, 25 completions for 34 yards and 236 yards. Did I say that wrong? Let's cut that. Joe Flacco with 25 completions for 34 yards. Oh, let's start that again. Joe Flacco with 25 completions, 34 attempts, 236 yards and 3 touchdowns. No picks. Elite Dragon Joe Flacco is here, and he's ready to scorch everyone. That's my man. I love it. This is big. I think Joe Flacco will actually have Comeback Player of the Year. I have really high hopes for him this year. I think he'll play amazing, and I think we'll trade him to Denver, in all honesty, or another franchise that needs a quarterback, like Tampa Bay maybe, or Miami. I see him in Denver for some reason. I can really just see him going off, and then we're like, oh, but we have Lamar Jackson, and then they trade him because that's life. Anywho, back to the game. Lamar Jackson was 1 for 4 for 24 yards. He didn't really throw much. He ran the ball a shit ton. He had 7 carries for 39 yards, which is pretty damn good for a running back or quarterback. So I liked what I saw of Lamar Jackson. He didn't show, obviously, that he's not ready to start. He's not. Let's be honest. If he started, we'd be going 4-12. He's just not ready. His pocket presence needs work. His accuracy needs a little work. But the potential is there. Sorry. I had tacos earlier. Shit got to me. But his potential is there. I can see him, being a Deshaun Watson type player with that type of an impact. And Watson is a beast, even though he didn't really play that great today against New England. But, I think he has that type of potential. Kenneth Dixon, 13 carries, 44 yards, and we got a score out of all 3 of our running backs. That's fucking sick. That doesn't happen. Alex Collins played like shit. He had 7 carries, 13 yards, and he scored, but he fumbled. Collins played like shit. Buck Allen had 4 for 17 in a score. Buck Allen played pretty well. He had 5 catches, I think, as well. I'm pretty sure he led the team with catches. But, yeah, he did. He had 5 catches for 15 yards. Buck Allen had a solid game. Kenneth Dixon was the guy in the second half that they just kept giving to and giving to and giving to. Play after play after play was a run from him, basically. And he impressed. I mean, he had a 15-yard run. That was nice. The receiving core. Yo, Willie Snead, my man. I really was skeptical. I couldn't think of the word for some reason. I was skeptical on how I thought Willie Snead would do this season. It's a good start. He had 4 catches, 49 yards, and a touchdown. That one drive where he scored, he also had a 20-yard catch, I believe. But he really impressed me. He did a great job being our slot guy. John Brown had
himself 3 catches for 44 yards and a score. You know, we got 3 scores out of our running backs. We got 3 scores out of our 3 top wide receivers. That's huge. They're all 3 new guys, and they all scored today. Crabtree's touchdown was stupidly good. The toe drag was just nuts. The body control, like, no receivers really have that other than the select, like, 10, 15, 20 that, like, really excel in the red zone that can just do what they can to get a score. Crabtree's one of the best red zone receivers that we've had in a long time. He's like Bolden. He's like Steve. Now, Steve Smith wasn't necessarily a red zone guy for us. He's like Bolden, or Derek Morgan, or that's his name, right? I don't even fucking remember. He's the man. He's good. He's not going to get a shit ton of yards, but he's going to score. I see him getting 8 to 10 touchdowns this year. It'll be good for us. Nick Boyle, 3 catches, 40 yards. Nick Boyle. Didn't expect that. Didn't expect. Max Williams, 3 for 32. Mark Andrews, 3 for 31. Our tight ends had combined for over 100 yards. That's great. That's awesome. They really spread the ball today. I was impressed, especially with Nick Boyle. They were all good, but Nick Boyle was never really the receiving guy. I always thought of him as the main blocker. But I guess Max Williams has evolved into the main blocker guy, and Boyle's doing some more receiving. When we get Hayden Hurst, it's just going to get better. And that's crazy. Chris Moore had a 5-yard catch. I think Chris Moore's good. I think he could be a solid third-string receiver on any other team. But with him being the 4th here, he's not going to get many looks, unfortunately. So I see Chris Moore, having 300 yards this season or 400, a decent amount for a 4th string. But, Janarian Grant had a solid punt return. He almost scored. I was, flipping out. My dog was scared to death, but good boy. Good boy. I like it. One player I really want to talk about is Kenny fucking Young. We got this guy in, the 4th or 5th round. I don't remember. Kenny Young had 4 tackles and a sack. Kenny Young played so fucking well. I don't know if Owasu got hurt or what. But Kenny Young came in, and he was just the guy. He seemed to be everywhere. I mean, C.J. Mosley led the team with tackles, but Kenny was playing really well. Zadarius Smith got himself a sack, who he's my breakout player of the year. I think he'll play well and get himself a contract onto another team next season, which, happens every time we have a good edge rusher. But Zadarius Smith, he had himself a nice game. He had a sack. He had 4 tackles and an assist. Tavon Young almost had a pick, had 2 sacks out of the slot corner position. On the first drive, I think he had the 2 sacks. Or maybe it was the first 2 drives. Yeah, first 2 drives. This kid played well. We really missed him last season. He tore something in his leg, ACL, Achilles, whatever the fuck. And having him out there in the slot was great. Marlon Humphrey played so well. He covered so fucking well. His pass, oh my god, when we get Jimmy Smith back, it's going to be even scarier. Brandon Carr had a pick. Old, reliable Brandon Carr. Guy started every game of his career. Tony Jefferson had a pick, which was huge because he was my big disappointment of 2017. I expected huge things out of him last year. Maybe we'll get it this year. He had some huge hits, too. He knocked the fuck out of some guy, and he was pissed, but he just sat there he didn't give a fuck. Josh Allen's a bitch, by the way. That dude's racist. Zadarius Smith wanted to fight on the entire game, and I was here for it. Wait, Judon wanted to fight on the entire game. Judon got a penalty on him for unnecessary roughness when he just completely decked him. And another time, Allen was running into him off the sideline, he couldn't stop himself, and Judon just had the shoulder out. He just fucked him up. It was nice. Josh Allen's racist as far as I know, so fuck that guy. Justin Tucker hit all his field goals. He was 0 for 5 in the preseason, and that was horrifying. So, my man, JTuck9, the GOAT, the best kicker of all time, good to have you back. We had 6 sacks total. Tim Williams got one. I love Tim Williams. Got the monster. Suggs, the best outside linebacker we've ever had in Baltimore, the king, you know, he got a sack. And Zadarius Smith, Kenny Young, Javon Young. I don't have anything to talk about for the Bills. They suck. Josh Allen's trash. Nathan Peterson's even worse. Josh Allen at least is like mobile, so he ran for a little bit. But the Bills were awful. LeSean McCoy couldn't get anything going on the ground. He was buns. Because Michael Pierce and Brandon Williams are just like two huge Goliath like beasts in the middle. So like, and Brant Urban as well. So no one's getting by them. The Bills receivers are all trash. Kelvin Benjamin's garbage. Jeremy Curley's whatever. Zay Jones sucks. Charles Clay is apparently still on the team. Don't think he had any catches, but Charles Clay is still there. He was good at one point in his life, but I don't know about anymore. The Bills have the worst offensive line in football, so it was really an easy game. I don't have anything to complain about today. We play Cincinnati on Thursday. That's going to be scary. I think we'll win. I think we'll come out on top, just because we usually win the first game against Cincinnati and then lose the second one, which is probably the last game of the regular season, because that's how it always is. We always get kicked out of the playoffs by Cincinnati fucking us over. But this was my YouTube video. It's 12 minutes already. I don't even like talking. How has this been 12 minutes of me talking? You guys are probably sick of me. I'm going to cut part of this, though, so who knows. Anyway, let's just, like... Cincinnati won last week. Cincinnati won this week. They won a score of 34-23 against the Colts. I thought Andrew Luck looked well. He looked well. I thought Andrew Luck looked good. I didn't expect the Bengals to win this game, but they did. They made a lot of big plays on offense and defense. Joe Mixon is apparently a fucking beast. Good thing I have him in fantasy football. We play him on Thursday night. I think we'll win. I think it'll be a close game. Very different from what we got going on right now. Or from what happened today, I mean. I think my prediction for next week's game against the Bengals, I got 24-17. That's my prediction. Or 24-21. Either one. You know, I'm not making bets. Anyway, I'm sure you're sick of watching me talk and my fucking face, but yeah, it's been great. This is your boy Zass, and I guess that's my YouTube channel name, Zass. I don't know, I made this shit like a year ago. Anywho, it's been real. Peace out, Cub Scouts. Anywho, this has been fun. I'm gonna go play Spider-Man on my PlayStation 4. Follow me on Twitter at 300thought. I don't want you to follow my Instagram. Just follow me on Twitter, please. I'm begging for attention. Thanks. Bye. But yeah, this is. You can kind of expect. All right, I'm done. Bye.